Hello, we got another one today, a BASF Chrome Maxima II. This is a 100. It's rather a nice looking tape, I think. It's covered in gold, which is good, and we're going to be doing this with the normal set of figures. And you can see here it's 1991 to 1993. I've covered it up so you don't spoil the reveal, and we'll do the unwrapping, then we'll do some music, then we'll do the figures, and at the end you can see what's what. I wanted to do this one from the day it arrived, but I put it aside so that we could keep it for special, and today's special. Right, nice gold coloured wrappings, fairly standard I suppose. Got some words on the back, just gives you whatever it is. 1991, 1993, so you know, cassettes were well established by then. So you've got BASF on both ends, and Chrome Maxima on there. There's the pull tab. Right, let's see if we can get any more success with this one than we did with the last one. No. There you go. It's one of those things, it's just sort of, you know, I suppose it is only there to tear the packet, and it did do that. So we'll try and get this thing off here. It's giving a bit of trouble. It's giving more than a bit of trouble. Unlike the previous ones, it's not actually stuck to it, it just doesn't want to come off, which is a bit strange. So this one is... right, oh, it's got a big window. Yeah, okay, so it's got a big window, and it's got, well, it looks nice. It's got a red cleat thing there to hold the tape into the spool. It's only got standard spools. It's, oh, it's got the ridges again. Yes, it's got ridges on both sides, but not on either end, not on the top or the bottom, just on the ends. Very square actually, this cassette case. It is not rounded like the later ones. And yeah, oh, the J card's a good quality one. It's got, oh, they're proud of their name, aren't they? There we go, it's on there, and it's rather nice. The plastic of this is better than the later ones. Let's have a look at this then. The J card is also better quality. The cassette looks nice. Yeah, they're proud of it. Nice and firm. Let's see what we can do there. It's nothing particularly special. Well, it's got a few funny markings on it. They're obviously proud of it there, but it says one there and there's an arrow. And looking at the other side, oh yeah, there we go. It's got virtually the same, but it's got 5 screws, brass coloured screws, which is always a good sign, and it's got an arrow and the number 2. So obviously, yeah, it's intentional. Shows the direction of the tape. Labels are nice, and it's got on there, it says position high. It's only a type 2 cassette case, cassette shell, and the actual thing itself there is nice and rigid. That's not going anywhere. What I can tell you is there's an enormously strong smell of wax crayon. So this is obviously a very high pure type chrome. And now looking at this J card again, it's the better quality J card. It's a nice feel, and it's yeah, it's got all the information you're going to need. It's a double fold out jobby, very nicely presented. I like that. So I'll just tuck that away, put it back into its box, and I'll bring up some of the words from the back in a second, because I want to have it all fits in there nicely. It's not like the later ones where it's all a little bit sort of, you know, hit and miss. That is definitely, no, that doesn't go there. No, I realise that. No, hang on. Shove that in there. Right, so that's your sticky on bit. Okay, I'll bring up the words now that's on the back, and we'll go from there, and then we'll do some music. I've had to do a scan of this bit because I couldn't see it any other way. Right, BASF Chrome Maxima II, 99.9% noise-free chromium dioxide double layer tape in a super azimuth precision housing for the extreme requirements of digital sound sources. Which means it's a nice rigid shell, and it means it's going to hold everything in the right place properly. Well, that's what they're trying to say anyway. Now we'll take a closer look at this thing in the corner here. Technical profile. It says dynamic 315 Hz, 66.5 dB. Dynamic 10 kHz, 54 dB. Sensitivity 315 Hz is 0 dB. Sensitivity 10 kHz is 0.5 dB. Print through 55 dB, measured according to IEC 94. So that's quite an interesting set of figures. I'll tell you what they mean in a second. What that means to me is that it's got a flat response with a very slight lift at 10 kHz, and it's good figures. But if anybody knows any different, then please put it in the comments below, and we'll go from there. On to the Audacity Trace. This is the straight off the tape trace, and I've shown it you because I think it's beautiful. Total symmetry between the two channels, and I've never seen one quite so crisp and clear. I've done a lot of these, and this one's really looking good. I haven't at this point heard the playback, so fingers crossed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play you the music, which is on the left hand side of this trace, and then we'll go through the figures and see what the actual results are. But you'll be able to hear whether the music's good or not before we look at the figures, and then you'll sort of have an idea what to expect. Now, music. Circle Dance by SefChol, recorded straight off the download from the YouTube library, and it's a very high level signal. It's hitting on the 0 dB, and the end result is what we're going to hear. Let's have a listen. I've just listened to that, and I must say I'm quite impressed. It sounds very nice to me. The silence here is excellent at minus 83 dB. The white noise and pink noise are showing the slightly extended frequency response. You can tell it's a laser tape because the 1 kHz and the 3 kHz 0 dB are both showing signs of distortion. Better than a lot of other tapes. The minus 20 is clean as a whistle though, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And that brings us on to the frequency sweep. You can see here that it goes far higher than you'd expect. Obviously the minus 20's got a better response, but it's still pretty good. And that is shown in the white noise and the pink noise at minus 20 dB, which is looking really superb. If I can just remind you, if you've got something out of this, maybe you'd like to subscribe or click a like, and if you've got any questions, put it in the comments below. Now we go on to the normal music from Patrick Patrikos, and I'll introduce myself. Where We Want to Go by Patrick Patrikos, dynamic and clean. And now again at minus 20 dB. Where We Want to Go by Patrick Patrikos, dynamic and clean. It's pretty obvious this is an excellent tape, and it's one of the best ones we've had. It's better than any of the others we've done on the BASF so far, and I think it's well worth whatever you've got to pay for it if you can get hold of one. It doesn't drive quite as hard as the others, but it's pretty well up there. But the extended frequency range makes it much, much better. Anyway, that's the end of this. There's a couple of videos up here you might find of interest, and I'll catch you another time. Cheers, bye bye.